Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald. Welcome to Custodian TV. A lot to talk about in the market update, predicated by one thing: interest rates hitting an all-time low, and the feeling that they'll come down even further. So that happened in August when the Reserve Bank met. Immediately, we saw an upkick in auction clearance rates in Melbourne and Sydney. Now, that's really important because those two cities have been leading the boom, and the other cities behind it have just been following along. But I'm going to talk about a breakout in Brisbane before we finish. But let's get back to the main frame. When I spoke at the last webinar, you'll see that I gave you a slide on how all of Sydney now is increasing in value, and particularly in the outer rings. When a boom starts, it happens in that first 5 to 10 kilometres, then goes to the 15, 20 kilometres, then goes further out to where we are. Why are we out there? Because we get the biggest land content at the lowest price and the best yields. You can never get that. You can't get the land in the 5K radius. You can't get the yields in the 5K radius, and you certainly can't get the tax deductions. So there's step 2, 3, and 4 of 7 steps at play as to why we go where we go. Now, what's been interesting is the data that has now come out is saying Melbourne's now growing, but it's that outer ring that's really kicked on and has an annual growth rate of now around 11%. So it's higher than the inner rings, and that's only happened in the last 3 months. That's really great news for us because we've got a lot in that outer ring of Melbourne, but it just really solidifies the decisions we made in Sydney when we went in there in 2011-12. It wasn't until 14-15 that the outer ring jumped. And in fact, Edmondson Park, where we have a lot of land, in 2015 alone jumped 52%. Just land values, 52%. Exciting times. What's the summary? Low interest rates have caused an upkick in the market. Auction clearance rates have gone up. Prices are continuing to go up, but they're going up in the outer areas. Southeast Queensland, 2 things have happened now. They've announced not only that the Brisbane casino is going to go ahead, but recently there was an announcement, in fact just last weekend, that the Gold Coast casino is going to go ahead. Now, and could go ahead as early as next March. Now, if those 2 projects are on the boil in 2017, 2018, 2019, that is under construction, you'll see a bigger boom in Southeast Queensland than you've seen in Sydney and Melbourne. Why? It's such a small place for such 2 big projects, and it's going to bring a lot of employment north. So you're going to get migration north again. Absolutely timely, as we would say, and a great opportunity. You know, we've been bullish on Brisbane, saying it's about to kick, it's about to kick. Its growth rate's okay. It's about 5, 6, 7%. Some areas, the land growth has been significantly higher than that, but these 2 projects that have been announced, and once they kick on next year, you'll see major change, major change. But for me, the market, the big market takeaway, interest rates at an all-time low and going even lower. And interesting, watch the lock-in rate, because you'll see the lock-in rate actually lower than the variable rate significantly. Thanks for listening.